Hello, how are you? And we thank you so much for joining for Right Recovery for You. It's a book club, but we're doing a gift call today. कल को आपको लगे कि आप join कर सकते हो, so please do join when we get started with the club because that's about uh, getting to know more and in depth. So we're starting with a chapter on, and this is how the book looks like, Right Recovery for You. And why this book is simply because I realized that we have some addictive compulsive behaviors and patterns that we're not going beyond. And what is it that we can do to change that and have ease with ourselves? And what tools will work there for our addictive behaviors? Simply like पैसे नहीं है या अपने आप को suffer करना है. A lot of things that we kind of go through, right? So could be addictive compulsive behavior with your bodies also. So would you like to go beyond? Yeah, please mute yourself when you join in. That'll be really, really nice. Thank you so much. Yes. So the first chapter, it talks about gratitude. Gary Douglas says, the Right Recovery for You program would not have been possible without Gary Douglas, the founder of Access Consciousness. Not only did he provide many of the tools, techniques, and clearings, he has been aggressively supportive of my endeavors and all things related to Right Recovery for You. His brilliance, unflagging encouragement, true kindness, generosity of spirit have encouraged me to change, create, and step up in ways I never dreamt was possible. I don't have words to adequately thank him, so I will just say I'm immensely grateful and in gratitude to you, Gary Douglas. You rock. So she's been, yeah. So that's the author is Marilyn Bradford with Gary Douglas, and she's thanking almost everyone. So let's get started with the main chapter, which is chapter 1 about myths and lies about addiction. As long as you're opening out of what you've been told addiction is and all the myths and lies that go along with that, you will never be able to choose beyond. Now, point is, what are addictions? We think I don't drink, right? I don't do drugs, so I'm not addicted. Guess what? Even if you're having chai 10 times a day, you are addicted. If you cannot sit without your phone, guess what? You are addicted. If you're eating too much, guess what? You are addicted. So by easily telling yourself that no, this is not for me, you got to know anything that you resist and that tells you that this is so not for you is actually for you. So there is so much misinformation surrounding addiction that is, at its best, highly confusing topic. Weighed down by lies and misinformation, many people who sincerely wish to walk away from their addictive or compulsive behavior suffer unnecessary failure and disappointment simply because they lack accurate information and effective tools. I'd like to start out by clearing up many of the most destructive myths and lies about addiction. Let me ask you a question. Haven't you always known somewhere that many of the things that you've been told about addiction were not true? Haven't you always known that there must be tools that could actually work and that there was a way to approach your addictive compulsive behavior that would change everything and allow you to end it permanently? Have you been able to do that? Yes, bars is one when very, very amazing ways to get over your addictions if you're willing to sign up for the journey. Some may take one session, some may take 100 sessions, but trust me, it can get you out of all your addictions. But that's your commitment to yourself will change everything that you're asking for. You're right. Your knowing is correct. And that's why I'm writing this book. Knowing what you know. Okay. Do you know what you know? Or do you doubt what you know? People, you can ask questions and it can be interactive and you don't have to be so serious. Addiction, I know we're talking about right recovery. Doesn't mean that it has to be real, like a recovery thing that, okay, tell me. Anyone has a question? No one? Okay.
Not right now.
Not right now. Okay. Before we move on, I want to acknowledge you for knowing what you know, because this knowing is a huge component in unlocking yourself from this addiction. This book is not about giving you the answers. We're not here to do that. Anyway, Access will not give you the answers anyway. It's not going to tell you that you have to do it this way or that way, and or you have to do it in a particular way. The purpose of this book is to empower you by giving you effective tools and accurate information that you can use to make different life choices and change whatever behaviors you desire to change. Would you like to change? The question is that. Whenever I present any information, I would like you to check in with yourself to see if it resonates for you. You know what's going to work for you and what's not going to work for you. You know what is true for you. You may respond to those statements by saying, help, I can't know what I know, and I've tried doing that and I'm always wrong. So, what personality are you being? Dane has been talking about this of late, is about what personality are you being? Are you being? Are you a personality? Are you a being? Are you a personality? Because if personality gets stuck in things, personality that we have created in order to deal with a lot of people, and personalities that will tell you that you can't do this and you can do this and all of that. Would an infinite being go through that? Answer is no. So these are all personalities. If you're feeling confused, if you're feeling limited, if you're feeling contracted, you are a personality. So you always go out and reach out for help as if you don't think you know. But the point is, you don't want to be wrong. And if you choose something, it doesn't show up the way that you thought it would, you will make yourself wrong. So many people come to me and say, अरे कुछ नहीं किया, वो फाउंडेशन किया था, कुछ हुआ नहीं उससे. Really? हाँ, आप लकी हो गए, आपके लिए काम करिए. Is that not an interesting point of view? या वो चेंज हुआ लेकिन आपने उसको एक्नॉलेज नहीं किया कि क्या चेंज हुआ है, या आप जो सोच के गए थे कि ये चेंज होना चाहिए वो चेंज नहीं मिला, लेकिन बाकी चीजें चेंज हो गई जिसको आपने देखा भी नहीं, एंड देन यू रिजेक्टेड द होल थिंग. Oh, this thing doesn't work for me. Everything that is, can you let that go now? And what personality are you being there? Right? Okay. So I understand it may feel like that's the way it is, but it's not quite accurate. What's in the way of your knowing are all of the myths, the lies, and misinformation you have bought about addiction, who you are, and what you are capable of, and what your relationship to addiction is, and that it isn't. So let's begin by looking at some of the myths and lies about addiction that exist today. But before we do that, I'd like you to know, you take a moment and write down 4 to 6 things that you've been told about addiction. This can help clarify some of the paradigms you've bought into without even being aware of it. Are you addicted to misery? Are you addicted to suffering? Are you addicted to poverty? What is it? Could you write 4 to 6 things what you've been told about what is addiction? Would you want to write that? So the one major lie is once addicted, always addicted. Is that not a lie? And everywhere you've been functioning from that lies. That okay, थोड़ी देर की खुशी, फिर बाद में दुख तो आना ही है, and you're addicted to dukh more than you're addicted to खुशी. Will you destroy and create that? कोई तो बोल लो, मेरे को ऐसे लगे मैं अपने आप से बातें कर रही हूँ. Oh, okay. Somebody has written something. Addiction is hard to give up. Well, yeah, okay. That's an interesting lie. The first lie is once an addict, always an addict. Once you have an eating disorder. Does anyone have an eating disorder out here? Oh, Lazuna. Okay, addiction is a genetic disorder. Father drinks and the son takes. So, yeah, okay. That's an interesting point of view. Everything that is. Gary's son is an alcoholic. Didn't mean that Gary is an alcoholic or an addict. So everything that product, we're talking about that. And once you have an eating,
chai.
yeah, yeah.
I drink tea in the morning and I
And
can't.
that you can't get over it. Yeah, tea,
Yes.
coffee addiction. Yeah. I used to think I've become an addict because I couldn't get over the chai, and now I can't stand the smell of chai. Can you believe it? I can't believe it myself, let me tell you that. I thought, oh my God, I can't take this anymore. And ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं एक जाके एक सिप लेने की कोशिश करती हूँ कि शायद वापस टेस्ट आ जाए. It doesn't show up, it doesn't come, and I'm like, yuck, what was I ingesting in my body?
But why do you think that tea or coffee is bad and it's an
No, no,
addiction?
no, not from a point of view it's bad. It was giving me a lot of throat infections, recurring throat infections. Is when I said, चलो थोड़े समय नहीं पी के देखते हैं. वो थोड़ा समय नहीं पिया, उसके बाद पीना ही नहीं हुआ उसका. Do you get it? Not from a point of view that is bad. I really like it. Addictions are only related to things like eating, drinking, tobacco, caffeine, sweet. Yes. Thank you so much, Archana. That's only limited to that. But what about your addictive compulsive behavior that nobody even talks about? So can you talk about continually going into the wrongness of yourself? Yes, that's exactly what Dean has been talking about. How many personalities have you created that only they're standing there so that they can tell you that you are wrong? Because that is more believable than to believe that you're not wrong. So everything that is, can you talk about that? Also, what Dane was talking about was uh, he brings in the golden planet का story that at over there golden planet पे तुमने ऐसा अपने आप को there's a story that majority wins and those people who are not willing to go they were made wrong and then उनकी infinite knowing being receiving perceiving ले लिए गए था so that they can never do that और उनको ये कहा गया था कि तुम्हारी वजह से ये चीज जो है ना ये डील क्रैक नहीं हुई है ये खराब हो गया whatever and all so where you were accused so badly because you did not vote for those techies you voted against them that you made yourself wrong and they made you wrong that you couldn't come out of. Will you please revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, renounce, destroy, and create it all? Yes, anything in excess is an addiction. Yeah. And who decides what excess is, by the way? So anything that you are not able to go beyond that habit that you've created is probably an addiction. Addiction to comfort zone, yes. But more, yeah, we're more addicted to suffering than to the comfort zone. And we probably miserable. So we are addicted to the comfort zone of suffering. Everything that is, we let that go now. Pocket for it now. So fight, own resistance versus procrastination versus show courage to give up addiction. Well, these are very interesting judgments, Ankita, that you have given because procrastination is a judgment. It is not a truth of you because none of you who is here is procrastinates. And if you're procrastinating, means you're not really interested in doing that thing. So stop judging yourself for being a procrastinator, right? And if you require a lot of courage to do something, it's simply because you don't think it's of any value or you are not willing to commit to your own life. So are you addicted to not committing to your own life?
So I like to bring down my tea coffee levels to an X value, probably
Okay.
2 cups a day or 3 cups a day. So normally what happens is sometimes I'm resisting it or putting it for tomorrow. That maybe tomorrow I'll try to moderate it out, but that doesn't happen.
Yeah, okay. So, but then, okay, what judgment do you have on tea, coffee?
Sometimes it obviously it makes the whole system acidic, and I can feel it, but still I'm not able to give it up.
So everything that is, can you talk about that?
Yes.
Because you've already decided that, okay, my system is this and that is why I cannot. And so it is bad thing. And when you resist doing it from a judgment, then it really becomes very heavy and acidic. Point is, okay, body, what would you like? Would you like to have it? And if no, can you be in allowance of your body not being okay with it? And give
Okay.
your body what your body is asking for, not what you want to give your body. in the Pavlovian theory that okay, time होते ही वो चाय की craving होती है. Can you please fucking pause that? Because then you're committing to yourself
Feel
because
more
your
awake.
body is feeling,
That part.
yes, be more present, right? And making a
Yeah.
choice. So whole idea is to be more present and to make that choice that, hey, this is not working for me and my body feels acidic. So what else is possible? What else can I contribute to you? What else would you like to have than to have chai? It will take probably a week, but that muscle will get built. It's about you being true to you, you being committed to yourself and your body. That's all you need to do.
Okay.
So yeah, so it is
So,
that simple.
what is the game that I play with myself by putting the decision to next day? Isn't that procrastination?
It's not procrastination, it's a choice you've made. And what personality have you created that keeps you away or keeps you unconscious, keeps you in, keeps you from being present? What personality is that? So everywhere you're stuck in that personality that doesn't allow you to be you. Will you let that go now?
Yes.
Yeah. So once you have a problem with chai or you have a problem with coffee or alcohol, once you have a problem with, you may have a problem with abusive relationships, once you have a compulsion to rescue other people or whatever, and even being a big five, hello, yeah, fifth element, दूसरों को बचाना है आपको, खुद की नैया डुबा के दूसरों को बचाने का वो जो है, you will always have a problem with that thing. So that's the first lie. You can move beyond any addictive or compulsive behavior that is currently limiting your life. You can have a life you've always known or dreamed or hoped you could have. Is it, is it going to take work? Yes, it will, a little bit.
Yes.
And if your target is to move beyond your addictive or compulsive behavior, sometimes you may be uncomfortable. So the only thing is, I don't want that discomfort. I don't want to go through that, being uncomfortable scenario,
Yeah.
right? And that being uncomfortable. So when you are asking for success is not created in any kind of comfort zone,
Right.
right? So suppose
So it's
you have
actually
to
showing up to whatever you need to do.
totally. So are you willing? See, my point is, a lot of people who say that uh, they want to choose something. I was talking about marriage, but point is not just marriage. It's just that you want to marry, but you literally, if you know that there is a baggage that you're going to be getting along with it, are you ready for every pros and cons? If not, then don't choose it,
Hmm.
right? And it's
Right.
so when you're not choosing it, you're still making yourself wrong for not choosing it. What if you did not? The whole idea about you being wrong is where you're addicted to. And what if you're not wrong? Either you choose it or you don't.
I think it's more important to be present each time. That's it.
Totally. So when we were doing this class in the beginning with Chris, he was here last week, and that's on sex. And one thing he just simply said, "Can you be in allowance or whatever you have chosen? First of all, stop judging that." Okay, so humanoids को monogamy suit नहीं करती है, suit नहीं करती है मतलब, I mean, it doesn't work for them. But in my universe, if it is working for me, it's a choice that I have to make. It's got nothing to do with that it works or it doesn't work, and it may not work for many people. So when I was to get married, I went into the rot of wrongness that, oh, I'm not doing access properly because I'm getting married.
Oh,
That's so silly. Till I realized, oh, I can still choose. And I can still choose the same thing but have no point of view about it. If monogamy is working for me, what's wrong in that? There is nothing
but
wrong.
sometimes you're just making choices, no, which is why I wrote the words. Words like, I mean, what shows up is resistance, or you're not you're not showing up.
And
I
if
mean,
you know that, Ankita, so thank you for this conversation, because if you know that, that's the whole thing. You know that I'm resisting, then what personality have you created that is holding you back from choosing something else? Because the only way you can go beyond a personality is with awareness and choice. You're aware that you're making yourself wrong. So what choices are you not making to make yourself go beyond it?
yeah, I mean, that's the whole
But
thing. No, you're procrastinating, making a choice.
but
So
that's
that's
not procrastination. That
literally,
is a choice
literally
you've
three words.
made. You're judging your choice of not choosing something else. So can you be in allowance of your
I'm
choice of
actually
not choosing?
I'm actually aware of, deferring the decision to next day.
So are you deferring the decision so that you are not wrong, or you don't want to fall, or you don't want to fail? What is it? What is keeping you away from
Maybe
making a
getting
choice?
out of the comfort zone.
What is your comfort zone? And what's underneath that? When you're hiding in your comfort zone, what is that? What are you getting by being in your comfort zone? There's something you must be getting. That's why you're not choosing something which is more appealing
There's
than
some fear,
to follow your knowing that, oh, this is not working, but I'm still doing it. What are the abusive?
fear, fear,
Uh,
fear,
sorry,
fear.
that's such a crock of shit, liar. Okay, that 24 people, you're the only one who's talking. झूठ नहीं बोलो मुझसे यार. You're
Why
not
झूठ क्यों
afraid.
बोलना यार?
You are not afraid. Period. People, anybody wants to say anything? Do you think this woman is afraid of anything?
Not at all.
Liar. झूठ नहीं बोलो.
No, I
बाकी
am.
कुछ
I
भी
am. I
चलेगा.
mean, obviously, I can't state my fears on the call, but I am.
No, but that's a lie.
And I think sometimes I
No.
limit myself because of my fears.
Liar. Whichever
Why?
personality is telling you that I am afraid, that's a lie. You have put that in your body, in your system. Please get over that shit. That's
Okay.
such a bakwas that you are afraid. You don't want to be wrong, or you don't want to make a choice that will give you 10 other judgments of
Same thing,
people.
no
And
fear of going wrong. It's a
precisely,
fear.
but no, it's not a fear. It's a knowing. So you've already come to a conclusion that जो तुमने choose करना, तुमने गलत ही करना है. So what is your addictive
गलत
behavior with
करना नहीं
not
है.
choosing?
I want to be right, but I do what I do. I spend excess time in research, and eventually I don't take up a decision.
Precisely. So where is it that you've decided you're only going to go wrong if you don't make that research? And everywhere you want to go, seek a validation from people. Everywhere you want to be so accurate that nobody can make you wrong, and not even you. Will you please let that go now?
Yes.
And that's the addictive personality that you have created. So who are you being here? Who are you being, first of all? What do you love about not choosing? Because that also is delivering something for you.
That I'm not aware of right now.
Precisely. So what question can I ask here? Because you say you are afraid of being wrong.
Yeah, I mean, a part of it is that, yes.
Precisely. So if you are you afraid of being wrong? And everywhere you've decided
I'm
that it
afraid
is going to be wrong.
I'm afraid of things getting, I mean, not the wrongness of me, but actually,
All the fraud
taking
petrol attitude that you carry, will you please fucking for that?
okay, yes.
You are being a fraud petrol to your own self. Fucking for that nonsense. Because then the story of misery will not be there, and then you will be too intimidating for people. And you don't want people to be intimidated by you. So I'd rather be small, little less dominion, that nobody feels threatened by me.
There's a change. Yeah. I don't want to, the way I was happy interacting with people, I no more enjoy that.
Which is fine, and that's okay to change. What are
Yeah.
you not happy to interact? Are you more aware of people now and what they think and what is going on in their universe, that you have already come to a judgment and a conclusion? Now
Probably,
that's
I
being
am. Yeah.
judgmental too.
I mean,
Every
yeah,
time we say I am not judgmental, is there we know that we're being judgmental?
I mean, without getting into the nitty-gritty, so I try and stay off. I mean, yeah, the awareness is much higher, so I stay off.
Precisely. But awareness leads to that judgment of other people. Oh my God, what a sick guy he is, or sick woman, I don't want to interact with him.
Yeah.
I'm not really liking it. Now, fucking
Yeah,
for
I
what
mean,
personality
what personality is
is
that?
surfacing there? So everywhere you judge yourself for being wrong, and then you're judging others for being wrong, and all the for petrol. that you're
Not judging
perpetuating.
others of being wrong, but there's something that I've observed and I want to just kind of stay off.
Precisely. That's exactly what is called judgment in a very refined way. All your refined
Okay.
judgments that you have of them, will you please let that go and allow yourself to know that they are who they are? And if you had no judgment of them, what is it that you can receive from them? And what fun could it be? Sometimes you just need brainless people to be there, stupid people. They really can contribute a lot. But if you have a judgment, we cannot receive from stupid people. You get it?
Yes.
So one of the mistakes many people make is judging that discomfort is bad or wrong. Oh, sweetie, that's what you're doing. They've been led to believe that their target should be in comfort. That's fine if you want to maintain the life you've always had. But if you want something more, you should know that being uncomfortable is often a sign that things need to change or that you're breaking out of your old pattern and paradigms. Discomfort is an indication of new possibilities and it can be your friend, not something you try to avoid. Does that make sense? What if you did not have to make yourself wrong or go into the wrongness of you or be afraid of the so-called mistakes that you may or may not make, but you've already decided you would? And what personality is that? Everything that is. Another falsehood related to the view, once an addict, always an addict, is the idea that you should identify with your compulsive or addictive behavior. Have you ever heard people say things like, "Hi, my name is Sally and I'm an addict. I am Bob, I'm a smoker." Or "My name is Susan and I'm an alcoholic." Taking your addictive behavior is an identity that ensures you will never get past it. Why to engage in your addictive or compulsive behavior? Because is that who you are? For example, if you identify yourself, like you say, "I'm a procrastinator." Wow, what a judgment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. For example, if you identify yourself as an alcoholic, or in your case, procrastinator, you have to drink because that's what you do. You're someone who drinks alcohol. So here what you're doing, you're just procrastinating because that's what you think you are and that's what you become.
That's also a personality.
Yes, it is.
How do you get
And
out of
then
these personalities?
awareness and choice is what takes you beyond that
There
personality.
is definitely awareness. Choice is something that I'm avoiding.
That. Now, what choice are you not willing to make that if you choose to make would change everything that you have been asking for? What is it? What does choice mean to you, Ankita?
What does choice mean to me? I don't know. Yeah.
Huh? Not after foundation. I'll energetically debit 2.5 lakhs with whoever you may have done foundation, doesn't matter. But I don't know, is not something you say after foundation class.
Right now, I think right now there's no definition that's popping up.
Yeah, right. I don't need a definition. What is it for you? First thought. Choice means what?
Simply choosing no.
Yeah. So what
Choosing
is
whatever you
simply?
got to change.
So what? So where are you avoiding the change? Then you will have to give up your story.
Not story. Actually, I'll have to probably work hard.
Really, in every conclusion you have, all your presumptive realities and need of reactive realities you've created, that you will have to work hard because your point of view creates your reality, my dear.
Right.
So you already concluded that you will have to work hard. While we are not saying you have to work hard, we're just simply saying, can you be an allowance of the discomfort that you may just be experiencing with this? So please stop
Okay.
identifying yourself with your addiction to not changing in this case. Never say, "I am this." Or you know how
Yeah.
we often tell ourselves, "I'm such a failure, I'm such a loser, I am this." And I used to say that. I'm not saying that I never said this to myself. I have done that. Okay. In my lows, I have done that. The point is, how soon can you get out of that is the whole thing. We are all on a journey.
Well, rephrasing it, I mean, what
Yeah.
gets me making a choice? Huh? What is it that I
Yeah.
choice.
What's underneath that? What's keeping you? What's holding you back? What is it? That.
So I said two things.
Yeah.
One is I'll have to work hard, and second is obviously there's a fear of going wrong in my decisions.
And everything that is, can you let that go and pocket pot now? Because see,
Yeah.
first of all, you've already decided you have to work hard, which is a lie. Because what if you
Mm.
can have all of life come to me with these joy glory, which you are not even considering? And the second thing is that what if I go wrong? But it's only a what if. But if you have not chosen it, you would never know whether you would or you wouldn't. So it's, why would you not go ahead and it's like, you can never be on a dating fucking app because you'll be like, what if I go wrong with this guy? What if I go wrong with this guy? So all will be swipe left, right? They won't be
Yeah.
swipe right. So then how is that going to work? Because so everywhere you're not willing to be in the moment that, okay, let's see what is this going to create. There is no question
So
in
there's
your
there's no
state.
risk taking element that's gone down.
What if it's not a risk? You've already identified there's going to be a risk. You get it?
Yeah.
Where are you keeping yourself in that loop? Where is it that you are creating that fraud with yourself?
Okay.
Yeah. Right. So never say I am this. What you might say instead, as long as the addictive or compulsive behavior is a big part of your life, just say I'm currently choosing to engage in this behavior. Okay, that's all your addiction is. It's a behavior. And a personality kicks in, and so your behavior stays. Okay, so that's not given in the book, but I'm just simply saying that's what Dane has been talking about. It's about personality that kicks in,
How do
and
you
your
drop
choose
personalities?
again awareness and choice. That's how you go beyond. So you have the awareness. It's only about choosing, and your choice is to stay committed to that choice. The whole thing is that I'm choosing it for myself, and if this choice works for me in these 10 seconds, I'm choosing it. Next 10 seconds, you may choose something else, but you make a choice. The whole thing is you're choosing not to choose. And that too is a choice, though.
Yeah,
For
no,
it's
and
not
I'm
working for
I'm not
you.
staying committed.
Yeah. So, and you're choosing to engage in it because this choice, even if it is addictive, I am choosing right now rather than judging myself to death. And I understand that at this point, it may feel like you don't have a choice. Please know that you can change that too.
Yeah, I do have a choice. That is something that I'm aware of.
Yeah, you do have a
But I
choice.
keep deferring the choice.
Yes. So I also used to identify myself as an addict. Later, I became aware that drinking was simply a behavior I had been choosing to escape from some things I did not want to be aware of. I remember going to a meeting at one time, and instead of saying, "Hi, my name is Marilyn, and I'm an alcoholic," I said, "My name is Marilyn, and I have been addicted to anti-consciousness and unconsciousness, and I'm making different choices now." That gave me a great deal of freedom. So where are you not setting yourself free? Because you don't need anyone, Ankita, to judge you. Before anyone else is going to judge you, you're going to judge yourself to death. So are you
Actually, I
willing
don't
to go
bother about
beyond that?
anyone judging me. Honestly.
Yeah, others' judgment probably don't matter, but you are
Yeah.
so hard on yourself. That's why you say I need to work hard because you're too hard on yourself. Fucking for
Yeah.
that. So here's a tool that will start you on a path of seeing your addiction or addictive compulsive behavior as something you are choosing to engage in rather than something you are. It's a great first step because it creates distance between who you are and what you are doing. So the tool is right now, I am choosing to engage in this behavior. Can you do that right
Yeah.
now rather than judging yourself to the hills? Right now, I am choosing to engage in this behavior. It could be anger, it could be madness, it could be insanity, it could be crazy shit, could be overeating or whatever, and you just don't judge yourself for that. Anytime you find yourself engaging in the in the behavior that you know is limiting you, don't say to yourself, "Oh, here I go again. I am a dick or I am an asshole." You don't need to give yourself fancy names. And then fill in the blanks with the word that you choose to describe yourself as an addict, whether a smoker, drinker, drug user, gambler, or anything else. You're not going to say that. Instead, you say, okay, right now I'm choosing to engage in smoking or drinking or whatever it is for you. I don't yet have all the tools and information I need to make a different choice, but I know I'm going to change that at some point, and if that's what I desire to do, and you will be able to do that. The main problem is that with our addictions, we are not willing to change, and that is where we kind of start holding ourselves back. So everything that would you allow yourself to be a little different and not, continue with the same paradigm? Yeah. So that's it for now. We're not going to read more in. This is going to be a journey.
So you, when you did this book the first time,
I did this book in 2017, and I was reading it for myself. I was in an addictive, toxic relationship, which got me out of that relationship just by reading this book. Because each time I would read, I would be like, "Oh my god!" And then I gave that book to somebody, and I lost that book, and I bought it again because this book was on my mind for like I don't know how many years. Because I was like, I can't do this to myself anymore. Where is it that I'm not committing myself to get out of that fucking toxic relationship? I had to end it. And the only thing is, oh, I was not having the courage because I'd lost my mom, and I was like, okay, I was doing access, but I was not really.
what fueled your courage, if I
This
may
book,
ask?
this book gave me that courage to walk out of it. That I am fine even if I have nobody. But it's like it's the whole idea, and I knew that it's okay to be in a bad relationship than to have no relationship. So I was hating myself for choosing that till I realized that no, this is not going to work. I'd rather be with nobody than to be with somebody who is not really going to be there. So
So you
I'm
overcame
anyway
the fear
alone,
of
right?
letting go, no?
No, there was no fear. I knew that I was sufficient to myself. And then
So
I was
that's
like,
what, no. So you're hanging on to a relationship out of some fear, no, that you need
I
to be in a
was.
relationship.
That's
And
exactly
when
what
you
I'm
let
saying.
go of that fear, you're okay by yourself.
No, 2017, I was that. Entered 2018, I became, I walked the path of being a CF and did everything, whatever it took. Because I made a demand in my world, this fucking changes now. Fear? No, it was more of so much time is gone with this person, that kind of a thing. Who's going to find, and that was my laid back attitude, I think. But yeah, the book was, I
That
had to go
attitude, or
beyond my unconsciousness.
it's social
No,
conditioning impacting you?
no, I was not married to that guy. I was in a relationship thinking that it's going to turn into marriage. It was never going to turn into marriage. I would have probably killed myself had I been married to that guy. So I'm pretty much fine not getting married to that person. And I was fine, going, and I was like, okay, what does it mean to go solo? So it's about the anti-consciousness and unconsciousness chosen. That was I willing to make that demand and go beyond that and choose something greater? It was uncomfortable. I'm not saying Ankita was any better, but had it not been for Baz, I wouldn't have been alive today. So I really owe it to access that I'm alive. Sonia is saying, guess this book is all about the areas we subconsciously, not unconsciously, not even subconsciously, keep choosing out of unconsciousness. Yes. Could it be a small thing that we could be a big block in what we would like this reality to be? Yeah, I mean, of course. This reality is not the block. We are the blocks for ourselves. We don't need anyone to stop us, or we don't need, nobody can stop us. It's us who are stopping us. So yeah, so this book came in
Yeah, it's
that
always
it
we
was,
stopping ourselves.
yeah, so it was mostly, it was me recovering out of the shitty stuff that I had created for myself. I had to go beyond that and make a different choice. No matter how I knew what's going to come along with it. But trust me, I think I really, really created as I kept choosing. I'm sad when I'm not choosing more. I'm really frustrated with myself when I'm not choosing. I'm waiting for people to make choices so that I can choose. That's called no choice, by the way. So
Oh.
when you are choosing, and if somebody is having a great, suppose Karika here is having a great life and she's going out and she's traveling and having so much fun, and I'm like, wow, And if I'm not doing that, I'll feel miserable. And then I give myself the reasons and justifications why I can't do that. You do it in your own way, whichever way it is. She could be traveling international. I could travel domestic, but that's okay. You, at least as long as you keep choosing for you, you are enjoying your life. Is where you will not look at what other person is doing, or you'll probably, even if you look at them, you'll be like, wow, that's so cool. They're doing this. Yeah, basically getting to the antibodies of consciousness. Yes. That as a you're talking about body processes. I know body class is coming on Monday to Delhi. So thank you for that. So yeah. And the only addictive compulsive behaviors, I did a lot of body processes and bars after that. Because there was a demand in my world to get out of it. I would go to whoever, even one-on-one swap, I will do it. If I had to pay for that session, I would pay for it. But I will fucking do that because it had to change. It had to change. And then there was no
So
looking
there's a
back.
drive setting in, no?
There is no looking back. Yeah, but I'm fine being alone. We have decided that we need somebody. No, we don't. We
Somebody
really don't. No,
setting in within your system, no? Which
that was,
automatically
see,
cues you
it
up.
was only, I was done with that shit. I was like, okay, this shit show ends now. So when I made that demand, I was only committed to my demand, however it may look like.
Okay.
And I did not make myself wrong for that. I would often cry. It was difficult.
No,
It
I
was
do
like
it.
I was.
It's
So
a
where
good
are you
thing.
not willing
You
to be the
need to
adult of
have gone for it.
consciousness? No, but where are you not willing to be the adult of consciousness? We
I'm
are throwing
well.
tantrums. We're being a kid. So what personality is that?
What
We
is that?
constantly go meh, 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 which is like, okay, we're not being the adult of consciousness. Would an adult really do that?
Attention reste
Adult,
là, là.
adult would not, right? And everything that is. Adult will make choices, will be aware, will talk about, will probably, you don't need to discuss with people what choice you're going to make.
So what is this
Only
personality?
you tell me, how many personalities have you created to not choose?
5.
You have created, you've learned it. And with different people, we have our different personality. With dad will be different, with mom will be different, with friends will be different. We have many, 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 many personalities. So our personality kicks in. And then we have structures of morality out there. Morality and then this personality. And then the structural cohesion that doesn't allow us to go beyond the fort that we have created for ourselves because we think we are going to be safe in here. And the fact is we're sulking, we're frustrated, we're irritated, and we want to go beyond, but we've created the structure so strongly that we wouldn't be able to go beyond that. The whole thing is about, are you willing to explode all those limitations and go beyond? Yeah.
Right now I'm not getting a yes.
Yeah, so then you just have to keep choosing, no matter however it may look like. But this book is really amazing. If you want to be on a book club, great. If not, buy this book and read it for yourself. You will get the tools. It's amazing.
Lacking commitment.
And that's okay. So you can tell yourself that I'm choosing this now. I'm choosing the lack of commitment only for now, till I choose to change that, and that's okay. And stop judging yourself for being, for having that lack in your world.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
people,
you.
for being such patient audience. Today we were a little more, serious than normal days. We kind of laugh and joke, but I think today was like right recovery and that addiction. Oh my God, talking for that. So yeah, we're starting off with this book in the coming week. We haven't yet finalized the date, but we will put it in the group. If you're interested, let's go beyond and then clear up stuff that is still holding us back and not allowing us to choose more or choose more of you, basically. Thank you for this.
Thank you.
Thank you for asking questions. Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.